So this week's topic of Amuna Mondays was witnessing Hashem's hand in everything. And before we begin, the class is dedicated to a couple names, so please have them in mind. It's in honor of a Leule Nishmat for Yosef ben Devorah and Gabrielle Masao de Batsara. May both their neshamot have the ultimate aliyah, as well as a refuah shalema for Helene Orna bat Chen Chana and Sarin bat Mazal. May they both have a speedy, immediate, full recovery. So the topic of witnessing Hashem's hand in everything. In the past week and a half, I've been dealing with a lot of different things. And at some point, I was kind of like stressing on it. And I was just like, I don't know what to do. I don't know how to handle this. Why is this being so difficult? Why is this process so frustrating? And the more as time went on, the more I realized like how perfectly planned and orchestrated this all was. Like Hashem has his reasons, and everything was like just perfectly. It ended up like working out far better than if it just went in my eyes smoothly, And it just made me realize like how there's just so many different factors to Hashem, and when we start doubting him and questioning him, it's really just the fact that our mind is not capable of comprehending what is taking place or the other certainties or the other facts at play. And when that happens, it's obviously a very difficult thing to do and to overcome. But obviously in hindsight, I'm looking back and I'm realizing I'm probably even spoken on this, that Emunah and Bitachon, they go hand in hand. They literally go hand in hand. One cannot exist without the other. And it's not a question of which one is better, which one is this. No, they each have their role. And they each have their role at a very specific time. And I'm sure every single person, can reflect back in their life and find a point where, wow, that was Hashem. That was Hashem. Like right there, And it's the moments like that when you look back, it's people think, okay, yeah, but that was like 5 years ago. That was like 10 years ago. Like, what about now? Very valid question. What about now? You need to use the past to fuel the future. It's just how it goes. If you're going to sit and dwell in the past, you're not ever going to move forward. You will always be stuck questioning, why this happened to me, this. You have to understand at some point you need to accept the fact, whatever happened to me, it happened to me for a reason. At the end of the day, I'm still here. There's still more to do. There's still a lot more things taking place, and that there's a lot of more opportunities ahead. I can't sit there and dwell on how negative my life is, or why I had to go through certain things, or why certain people treated me a certain way. If you're going to sit there and question the artist in the middle of the artist making the art will never get done. At some point, you just need to let it go. Let the artist do his thing. Hashem is the artist. Let it take place. Hashem has a reason for it. You have your role. Figure out your role and do it. Stick to your own role. That's it. I'm going to make sure I'm doing my part. I can't control my teacher 5 years ago. I can't control my parent. I can't control my family. I can't control my boss. I can't control my friends. What can I control? I control me. My decisions, how I react to things, how I operate. Those are things that I can control. And when you understand those things, you realize like, wow, the hand Hashem is playing is so relevant. It's that you start reflecting back on the times, and if you can acknowledge times that God has played a role in your life, you will constantly see it in the moment right now when things are not clear. You'll trust and have faith in the fact that God has painted this picture. He's literally orchestrated this whole thing. So obviously he has an end goal. Obviously there's an end to it. And it's not going to result in me just being pity and sad and done with my life. No. There's so much more to it. But if I'm going to sit here and operate like things are not going my way, so I'm not continuing, how foolish does that sound? When it's like simply look at yourself as an expert in something and somebody constantly questioning everything you do. It's like, let me do it. Let me do it. My results will show for themselves. They'll speak wonders. You know, if you're really good at the gym, like the gym is your thing, that's your passion, you're very knowledgeable on the gym, and you have a friend and you're taking him to the gym, and instead of working out, he's gonna sit here and question, why are you doing this? Why are you doing that? I don't think you're doing it right. He's not gonna work out, and you're gonna sit there and just get frustrated. You're like, bro, just do the workout. It'll explain. You'll see the reasons why. After the workout, you're gonna feel this part of your body sore, and that's the reason why you're doing that. You're working out this part of your muscle. But if you're going to sit there and question the whole thing, you're not going to get it through anything. You're going to sit there and question the teacher all day, all day, all day. Like, no, just take what they're learning, what they're teaching you, and ask questions afterwards. You know, you don't have, like, and that was a very tough thing for me. In my eyes, I was like, no, if I have the question right now, I need to address it right now because I'm going to forget it. Truth is, you're not forgetting it. You're not forgetting it. It got answered. Hence the reason why the question didn't exist anymore. You quote unquote forgot the question. No, it's because it got answered. Just let the teacher teach. Let the process pan out and then ask questions. We sit here and we ask questions in the middle of the process panning out. How do you expect an artist to paint? How do you expect a chef to cook when you're not letting them go through the process? It's a process. You can't just rush the cooking process. You can't rush the art process. Let it pan out. Hashem is the artist. Hashem is the chef. If you're going to sit there and doubt his capabilities, I wonder how the food's going to come out. I wonder how the art's going to come out. Just sit there and be like, all right, you know what? I trust the fact that God has made this dish so many times. God has painted this painting so many times. Why do I think he can't paint it this time? Why do I think he cannot make this art again? He can. Why do I think he can't make this dish for another time? He can. I need to trust that fact. I need to trust that Hashem is the expert. The only reason people start doubting is because they don't look at God as the expert. They don't. They look at, I don't deserve it because the rabbis told me this and I did opposite, so I don't deserve it. Hence the reason why God's punishing me. If that's your connection to God, it all starts with the connection to God. Maybe just switch the connection. Stop with this whole cause and effect mindset. Just because you pray does not mean you're going to have an amazing day. Just because you're nice to everybody does not mean everyone's going to be nice to you. Says who? Who says that? Nobody, nowhere does it ever say that. We just assume we live in a cause and effect world. If I do this, then this is the consequence. If I do this, then this should be the reward. But that's not necessarily true. It's a delusion that we're living in. And it's like, for some reason, we love to hold God to the fake delusion that we've created in our own head. And that's where problems start. So it's very simple. Acknowledge God in your own personal life, establish a personal connection to God, and move on with life. Co-conspire with God to create the most beautiful, amazing life for yourself and others around you. That's it. And yeah, it's going to be difficult, but you know what? You're going to use the past as a way to fuel the future. That I've witnessed God in my life so many times in the past that I don't need to, there's no question that he's here right now operating. No question. There's none. And if people around me want to question it, so be it. I don't have to stick around and be around people that constantly question God. Because all that's doing is going to instill doubt in my own mind. And I don't need doubt. Me and God are on amazing terms. I don't have any doubt, and I shouldn't have any doubt with him. And when I do, I don't have to revert to friends who are looking for reasons to doubt God. And that's the most important thing. Surround yourself with people that truly have a sense of God. That doesn't mean, they're putting on tefillin, they're tzniut. No, that doesn't have anything to do with the religious status and level. It has nothing to do with their connection to God. That's between them and God. That has nothing to do with the overall connection of they still believe in God. They still have morals because they know God's watching. I don't care if I'm on camera. I don't care if this person has textual proof of anything. No, I know what I said, and I'll go to my grave with it because me and God know. That's the truth. So with that, I hope everyone has an amazing week. And again, Lulei Nishma for Yosef ben Devorah and Gabriel Masauda bat Sarah, as well as a Refuah Shalema for Helene Orna bat Chen Chana and Sarin bat Mazal. May they have a speedy, immediate, full recovery. Have a good week.